What's happening, Cancer? Thank you for joining me for this week's weekly Cancer Tarot video. Here we go. In this reading, a 3-card tarot draw for the sign of Cancer, and then we'll be asking for some more cards to add some more significance to it as we go. Okay, so let's lay out the big three. Okay, we've got Page of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Now, there is not altogether a mixed bag. I can kind of see where we're going with that. We've definitely got a bit of magical Pentacles energy there. And gosh, if you saw the Gemini reading I've just done, it was absolutely full of Pentacles. And this was one of them. He's up again. He's the Page of Pentacles. He has a great deal of energy, but he is quite a bit wiser than the other pages. He is definitely got some wisdom despite his young age, despite his kind of youthful outlook on life. And although he is, young in his life, at the beginning of his venture here, he has actually got one pentacle there. Is it money? Is it magic? I would strongly suggest, my friends, it's a little bit of both. Not everybody's got money, I realise that. But in the world as it is today, I would hope that we've all got a penny stuck away somewhere. I don't really know, but it's so important to have the magical side of it as well, because of that, to believe in your ability to manifest. We're looking at that as the opening card, and I'm sure we're going to get some progress here. But how are we actually going to manifest? Well, it's using the magic, basically. Okay, this is a character around you already. I don't feel this is someone coming in, Cancer. I feel this is somebody you actually already know in your life. So whatever's on your mind, whatever the problem is, and this could be very different. It's different strokes for different folks with readings like this, where so many people watch them. And thank you, by the way, to everyone who's been watching and liking and subscribing and everything. Things are growing. Pretty soon I'll be able to get back to the live psychic readings, which is where it really canes it, because that's when I can really talk to you guys, actually do something personal. But anyway, this is for many, many people. There are sandwiches all over the ground here as well. Okay, so I don't know if you've dropped your sandwich lately, but basically there's more abundance around than we realise, and particularly in the Western world, it's easy to throw things away. I realise I'm not just talking to people in the Western world, by the way, but that's what I see around me all the time, and I can't help looking at it in some kind of depth, with some kind of disgust because of that as well, because we are rather wasteful, let's face it. Okay, tell me more about the Page of Pentacles in this reading for Cancer, please. Tell me some more, please, for Cancer in this reading about the Page of Pentacles. And what we have here is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, I really do shuffle the decks, I gave that. What I do with my decks to make sure is I spread them all out on the floor, right? Or hopefully on a nice clean tablecloth or something. But more often than not, I vacuum the floor and spread them out. And I pick them up one by one from all different corners of the room. And what's happening is we're just kind of getting all the same cards as I got in the last reading. But hey, it's the next star sign on. No doubt there's a synergy there, some kind of confluence of energy going on. Ace of Pentacles, anyway, and it's a brilliant card. It's really good news, because in the Ace of Pentacles, we're back to this. This is what I was really wondering about here, was just this one pentacle, and the need really for maybe more than one pentacle to get things going. And what we see here is I would call that alchemy in a big way, because we've got a big cake here, which is the same size as the pentacle. As if the pentacle has bought the cake, but he's still got the pentacle, so you can have your cake and eat it. Now, none of us can believe that, but it does happen in life sometimes, Cancer. It's it makes people fed up sometimes when they see it happening to us, but good things can suddenly happen out of the blue. It's really a strongly well worth remembering thing there. I don't know, I just can't put the words together. Never mind, quick drink. And in the middle of the spread, we have the 8 of Pentacles. This was the next card that came up. So we're into Pentacles again. And who have we got here? We've got a very kingly character here. He has almost found completion, He's kind of very well off there, isn't he? He's in plush surroundings. And he's drawing with an absolutely massive pencil. And it must be very difficult to actually draw like that. So really, he can manifest his dreams, but he's going the wrong way about it on some level here. The 8 is very positive, especially around Pentacles. We are seeing, I'm going to say not total completion by a long way, but we're beginning to see eternity coming into the picture. Okay, so this is the beginning of actually feeling secure enough to believe in your ability to move forward, and that is what is super important. You know, if we can't believe anything good is going to happen, we're never going to get things adjusted. So easy to be knocked off our perch by one little thing going wrong. Okay, Pentacles energy, it's earthy. We're looking at Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn in the, you know, what they call the normal card deck, the playing cards deck, basically, which you can read. Actually, they read very well, the playing cards. Pentacles are the same as the suit of diamonds, you know, and we could think of it as diamonds and pearls, or we could think of it as, you know, the pentagram, that magic, which is really a palpably strong thing whenever we're trying to manifest anything. I'm giving it a good old shuffle here because I want to be sure of whatever comes out. And what we've got is the King of Swords and also the Ace of Cups at the same time. Right, now then, how do you read those two together? I don't know, but I'm going to have a good try, my friends. Right, here we go. The King of Swords, first of all, because he came out first. And swords very much to do with thinking, having to go over and over and over a thing to really work out how we feel about it. And we then start thinking, well, am I just being selfish thinking about how I feel? Can't pour from an empty vessel, guys. It's that old chestnut, but it's a true chestnut. You really do need some kind of time and space on your own to get through the thinking part of things, okay? He's represented as Humpty Dumpty because he could fall off the wall and that would not be a good thing, okay? The swords, it's the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, someone like that around you as well, I feel, and you may find that you're walking on eggshells. It may actually be worth walking on those eggshells and, you know, putting up with the, you know, the person being a little bit, I think, a little bit ratty in some ways. You know, he looks a little bit like he could get ratty, doesn't he? And doesn't look as if his crown quite fits him either. So it's someone whose kind of bark is worse than their bite, I suppose, but somebody who can help. And just with that, at the same time, we do need some kind of rest and recuperation. Not so much the rest is being isolated. I'm finding it hard to describe exactly what to do. Just a little bit of the hermit, I suppose, in the picture there. I shouldn't say that because the hermit card has not come up. But, you know, something about taking yourself out to have a think, okay? The swords are about thoughts a lot of the time. And things that we've got to think about, things that we've got to decide. Now, the third card in that spread is actually the Queen of Swords. Okay, so we've now got the King and the Queen of Swords. She is having no nonsense, but she seems to me a lot more realistic than the King of Swords, you know. So coming after the Eight of Pentacles there, she is really suggesting that things are going well. There's no question about that, but look back, make sure you've got everything right. She's nobody's fool. Don't kid yourself. Okay, it's one of those things where the only person you could kid is yourself. So what was that other one that fell out? Ace of Cups, and we will do this for some more clarity on the Queen of Swords, because that's the next one I was going to draw. And it's the Ace of Cups there. Now, the Cups is all about our desires, our longings, what we really want to manifest when we close our eyes and meditate, when we go to bed at night. If we say our prayers, what are we hoping for? Really, it's very much out there, it's very much in the mind, but those things, although they're in the mind, do at some level need to come out and become reality. It's a difficult thing, and we can see the waterfall here is very, very distant from the cup, but the waterfall is there nevertheless, and I reckon I could probably walk that distance looking at it. I have no idea how far it is because I don't know how big the waterfall is, but the character in this has access to the waterfall, that's the main thing. And the clouds are flat bottomed. So we are looking at plain sailing there as well. Okay. Now for some reason, you know, so I just see things in cards sometimes. I can see a sheepdog there. I wasn't really trying to sort of read this in mediumship, but I'm seeing a sheepdog. So I'm going to give it out. Give it as you get it, why ever not. There's a sheepdog about. Let's bring it up again so you can see. Can you see? It just looks like there's the sheepdog's at one ear there and another ear there and the white bit down the front of the sheepdog. Okay, so think about faithfulness. That is actually an important factor in the Queen of Swords. Faithfulness is very important here because all of us being pack animals, We need our friends. We are part of our friends' lives. We are part of our families' lives, obviously, don't need me to tell you that. But we are very much a part of our friends' lives too. And that needs a lot more thinking about in these sad old times when things are so difficult for people, getting so hard for anybody just to sort of make a buck, for anybody to get along and just stay as we are. That's pretty difficult to do at the moment as well, because everything seems to be getting that bit tighter. So, remember the honour of friends and what they've given to help you. Give out to friends if you possibly can, Cancer. Okay, you couldn't really want to do a better thing than give out to friends like that. Right, now then, where is my deck? Because I want to look at the significator. I feel I haven't really hit the spot completely. And it's that sheepdog that threw me a bit, really, because it isn't part of the meaning of the Ace of Cups at all. I just saw it clearly in there. So tell me more about the sheepdog and what that means, please. With a significator card for this whole reading for the sign of Cancer. Okay, thank you very much. The Knight of Swords. Right, well, when the Knight of Swords comes up, it's about being genuine. So I guess that's what it's all about. And that would make sense with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords as well. Really need to be genuine for those characters. For the Ace of Cups, same thing, Filling that cup up, we might as well fill it up with truth, The truth is all that matters. All the rest is lies. Now then, the Knight of Swords comes along here, and we have to kind of persuade him we're doing the right thing. But as long as he believes us, he'll make a good ally, or an ally, or whichever way you're going to say it. But he's great. He's a friend. Basically, he can help, and if you feel you're not virtuous enough to persuade this character to help you, just don't worry about it. You will be, Cancer. Somewhere down deep in your soul, you will actually be able to get this thing happening. Okay, fluid energy, different strokes for different folks, but there he is. He's the Knight of Swords, and it's going to take a fair bit of thinking about. I guess that's the bottom line. But we are seeing Pentacles in this reading. We're also seeing the Ace of Cups. Now, the Pentacles can kind of go either way, but are always magical. Usually some kind of richness. If it's not richness in money, it's riches. Having riches around you in one way or another is a wonderful thing, because then we know that things aren't going to run dry. But we've also got the Ace of Cups here, and that does imply getting something really good to put in your cup. And it also implies that we need to kind of do something and get busy to make that happen as well. Right, okay, well that's it for this reading for Cancer, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Leave me a comment, we'll share the journey. And do subscribe and tap the bell, please, so you don't miss anything. Because, right, if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I can go live from this mobile setup again, and we can get the vibration going again, and we can have the live Twig Brother readings doing actual mediumship. This time, which is a lot easier to do one-to-one when I'm actually talking to people on the chat who've got a name that I can talk to. So if you'd like to see that, keep it here. Make sure you subscribe, because it's coming up. We really are getting there, guys. So we're into nearly 49,000 views now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Over 560 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you again for watching. Have a great time, Cancer, and I'll be along soon with more readings. Take it easy. Peace.